The rapture didn't happen, and I wasn't left behind. That's good to know. Okay.
Gay and horny as fuck.
It's all kind of pickled or something.
Oh, yeah. That snowman's got 3 dicks.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
What was the name of the label again?
I don't remember what it was.
But they started at 10.
They started at 10.
And numbered down?
Down.
I like that a lot.
And then it ended. Because you can't keep releasing things once you hit 0.
Right. I like that.
And that's how all record labels should be.
Yeah, no. We were talking about this before, weren't we? Like, projects having an end date is a really good thing.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay, so I'll use this as a good example.
Yes.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
First season, great. Second season, great.
Yeah.
Third season, great, got canceled.
Right.
Should have just left it.
But they brought it back.
Brought it back. Not as good.
Yeah.
You don't keep things going. If it ends, it ended.
I agree with this.
The TV show Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
One
great
season.
Show. Yeah.
Great one season.
Yeah.
Would I have liked more? Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Do we have to worry that they'll screw it up? No.
No.
Because it ended.
All right. And the woman who played the big sister on that, she's like the main character.
Linda.
Yes.
Cardellini?
Cardellini?
I think that's it, yeah.
She's on that show with Christina Applegate now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dead
that's
to
a good
Me?
show.
Is that a good show?
I like that show.
I like her.
Yeah.
I like Linda. I've had a big crush on her ever since then. And she was also Velma in the fucking live-action Scooby-Doo bullshits.
Was
with
she?
Freddie Prinze. I'm pretty sure it was her. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was her. And there's like the one time where they make Velma hot, you know?
That just blew my mind a little bit.
I'm going to look this shit up. I think so. I think Linda Cardellini.
I just
we'll
vaguely
get her name right.
I just vaguely remember watching those movies. Well, there was more than one. I vaguely remember watching the one movie.
Pretty sure this is her. She was born June 25th, 1975. Mm-hmm. Happy late birthday.
Yeah.
Linda.
If you want to come on the podcast,
we would love to talk to you. Are you kidding?
Now that you've creeped on her.
Let's find her filmography. Oh, I'm creeping hard. She was in Good Burger in 97.
I do remember that. Also, a cinema classic.
She was in Legally Blonde as Chutney Wyndham.
I don't remember that, but that's my favorite character name of all time.
Yep, she was in Scooby-Doo 2002. She was in Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed 2004. Jiminy Glick and Lala Wood. I'm sure that was a fantastic fucking... Oh, she's one of the wives in Brokeback Mountain.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember who's... Well, no, only one of them. Only Gyllenhaal was married, right?
Yeah, I think
Heath
so.
Ledger like a loner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested in marrying women for some reason. They didn't really get into it, I don't think, in the movie. But I guess they weren't his type or something.
Oh, this one interests you, but she's Hawkeye's wife in Avengers as well.
That doesn't interest me.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so.
Who's Hawkeye?
He's the guy with the arrows, you know.
No.
Okay.
The only Hawkeye I know is from MASH.
She was on ER at one point.
Everyone was on ER at one point.
She was on Third Rock from the Sun at one point.
I'm 95% certain that there's a large population of Americans that did a 5-episode arc on ER and don't know it. They didn't know they were on the show.
That sounds right. She was also a voice on a later Scooby-Doo thing. She was on Regular Show, Mad Men, 9 episodes on Mad Men.
She did 9 episodes of Mad Men?
She was on 3 episodes of New Girl.
I remember that. New Girl, she played Zooey Deschanel's sister.
Oh, I could see that.
Who was bad news. She was a bad news sister.
Bad gal.
Yeah.
And well, that just makes me like her even more. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Hollywood crush.
There you go.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah. If you ever meet her, you might want to at least do a quick Google of that pronunciation.
That's right. Pretty sure there's a husband in there too, so my apologies.
Yeah.
Sir.
Well, that's what you do is you just say you admire her work a great deal.
Oh, that's good.
But it's too late. You already blew it.
Wait, maybe that wasn't her on Freaks and Geeks. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, that was her on.
That was her on Freaks and Geeks.
That was her on Freaks and Geeks.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, you're right. Totally a great show.
Her and Busy Phillips.
Yeah, Busy Phillips.
Were the two females that got to be in that show.
Right. Everyone else was a dude.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Judd Apatow writes from a male perspective a lot.
Sure he does.
What with him being a male.
Right. I actually didn't realize that was his show, but that makes perfect sense now that I know that.
Judd Apatow and Paul Feig.
That also makes total sense. Yep. And who else?
Franco.
James Franco was on that show.
Jason Segel.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. And then
their whole little
and then
crowd.
the three geeks, which you see in all sorts of things, but I can't remember any of the actors' names.
None of their names. They actually were unfortunately way less successful than the cool kids on that show.
Yeah. It actually played out exactly how you would expect it to be.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. As evidenced by the fact we don't know their names. Yeah. We know all the
one
others.
was in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
He's in a lot of things. Yeah. I can't remember.
You might hear voices in the background, by the way. It's either my 7-year-old watching Halle Berry's Catwoman, or my wife and her friend talking about social issues.
And Catwoman. Oddly enough.
Just a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh, the house is a Twitter tonight.
It is. It is a Twitter.
It is.
But that's a good thing. You want a lively house.
Well, I like it. I like having... I have like 2 things a week over here. One of them is you, and then the band practice. And it's nice. It's nice to have humans in the house.
How many nights a week could you have humans in the house before you lost your mind?
I think 2. 2's what I do, and two's what I can... Maybe 3. But that's about it.
Is that depending on the human?
Yeah. I mean, you could come over a lot.
I'm actually moving in.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can live down here.
Oh, please no.
There's a spot for you right over there.
I'll sleep under the drum kit. It'll be cozy.
Every day you're just peeling yourself out of the kick drum. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like... So, obviously, we've talked about this a lot. I'm an introvert.
Sure. Yes.
Pretty strong introvert.
Yeah.
But there's also a point where it's too much introvert time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're a human.
Yeah. So it's like a week of not doing things with other people. Like if my family wasn't there.
Sure.
If the family's there, that's a whole different thing because it's very loud and chaotic, and I feel like I get people time.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether I want it or not, the people time is forced on
It's
me.
happening around you.
But like a week,
yeah.
I think at like day 4,
yeah,
I'd be like, okay, I have to do something.
You need to see humans.
I mean, not even necessarily see humans, just
out.
be around a human being.
You go to a coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk through Kroger.
Right. And be like, oh, I'm not on an island.
Right.
Like
the rapture didn't happen and I wasn't left behind. That's good to know. Okay.
I worked 5... Now, obviously, the family's at home and I had my normal evening activities, but I worked, 6 days last week by myself. And ended up having a couple of visitors, which wasn't bad. A couple people came to see me. But the rest of that time was glorious.
Yeah.
I really needed it, and I got a lot out of it. I'm weird because I'm like right on the edge. Because I like.
You're either an extroverted introvert or an introverted extrovert.
Yes.
You're one of the two.
I'm one of the two. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because sometimes I like to really disappear and just be in my head.
But you also like to get out and talk to the people.
I do.
Whereas I have almost exclusively awkward interactions with the random people. Like the guy at Circle K.
Yeah.
Before this, we went to Circle K. I got some coffee.
Yes.
And this guy that works there was wisecracking at me.
Yep. A lot.
But was wisecracking at me while facing the girl to his left that he was ogling in a creepy-ish way.
Definitely a creepy-ish way.
So I had no idea he was wisecracking at me, which led to more wisecracks.
Oh.
Because I didn't know that he was wisecracking at me, and then it was like, oh, you're wisecracking at me. Okay.
We must have exchanged like at least 12 sentences.
Too many.
Well, it was too many, but it was also like none of them were straight ahead sentences.
No.
This guy is left turn after left
Oh,
turn.
boy. He as a conversationalist is like an early M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
You don't see where it's going.
He's right up there with Mark Twain in terms of wit.
Yeah, sure. We'll nominate him for the Mark Twain Award. That seems...
I'm going to rip it out of Garrison Keillor's hands. And
Well, that one should be up for grabs, right?
the Mark Twain Award?
Yeah, did Garrison Keillor get a Mark Twain Award?
I don't know that he did. I don't
If
know.
he did, it should be taken away. at
Well,
this point,
obviously, yeah. Yeah.
and given to someone more deserving.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby got one.
That makes sense.
That should be taken away, too.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
Didn't,
I think as punishment, since he doesn't have to spend the remainder of his life in prison,
right.
they should just take away awards.
Like one at a time?
Yeah.
Slowly?
Just like every week someone comes by, just like it's like a slow stabbing.
Yeah.
Just take one award and leave.
I feel like he had some honorary degrees. And
They're gone.
They're gone, right?
The honorary.
Yeah.
But he had a real degree, too.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, they can't take that away from
They
him.
can't take that away.
Yeah.
So he actually still has his doctorate in education or whatever it was.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not chemistry,
No.
as to how to... he's like a weird... I don't want to make too light of the situation, but you probably don't know the movie Re-Animator, but it's basically about a weird guy who tries to inject dead flesh to make it come alive. So Bill Cosby is like this weird reverse reanimator. He's the De-Animator.
Okay.
He takes living people and just temporarily makes them dead-like.
Yeah.
You know, deadish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't want him to be dead. Just dead-ish.
Just deadish. Still reasonably warm to the touch.
I
Ugh.
was talking about this earlier today. I want you to think about this. Okay, so take out all of the terrible, terrible things Bill Cosby did.
Yes.
So Bill Cosby is in his 80s.
Right.
What was it? 10 years in prison?
Is that what he was sentenced to?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Long enough that if you are a legally blind man in your mid 80s,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm going to die in prison.
Right. Well, that's the idea.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was there long enough that he thought about this and probably had come to grips with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
One would assume.
And then they come and say, hey, you're out. How much does that mess with your brain at that point?
Yeah, no, that's true. Because, I mean, I can't even picture it because I haven't dealt with the reality of my own death yet. I'm in my 30s.
Right.
I've thought about it. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't grappled with it the way someone in their 80s has grappled with it.
You have to, because it was 2 years or so. He was in there.
He had plenty of time to think about it.
He definitely at some point was like, yeah, I'm going to die in here.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reality of the situation. Here we go. And then they are like, no, you're not going to die in here. You leave.
I mean, you would have to be relieved.
But
also,
it's a mindfuck.
It's a mindfuck, yeah. No, because...
Which is good for him because he's a bad person. We have to hammer that home real quick. He's still a bad person.
Any mindfucks we can do would be awesome. I saw a copy of his book, Fatherhood, at the Goodwill today, and I thought, wow.
How much were they charging for it?
I think it's $25 for all hardbacks, so it was a hardback. So, but I feel as though...
Too much money.
Yeah.
Probably not a great advice when it comes to, toxic masculinity or things of that nature.
It would be an interesting read now, in hindsight.
That's true.
I feel like you could probably buy every copy of his books along with the collected works of L. Ron Hubbard as like a lot on shopgoodwill.com.
That's probably
where I spend a lot of time.
There's one person in America. There are two favorite authors were L. Ron Hubbard and Bill Cosby. And they didn't... The crazy thing is they didn't even know about the L. Ron Hubbard Scientology thing. They just really liked his books.
He's science fiction.
Yeah, they thought they were really good.
That's right.
And so then they heard about Scientology after buying all of them and were like, oh, come on. My second favorite author? He's a crazy person? Well, at least I still have Bill. What? Oh,
really ruined their day. And all those Miramax films that they had.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Their favorite movies were all Miramax. So
it's a bummer because I like a lot of Miramax.
All movies. Miramax movies starring Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
that's all they loved.
God damn! Wow.
But at least Crystalia is still doing stand up. What?
The hits just keep coming. What can I say? Yeah. I feel like I taught the kid today. I've had a week off with the kid. Mm-hmm. Sort of off. I mean, I'm answering emails and stuff.
Right.
I'm not off the grid. But the kid has a week off between camps, right? So,
what camps?
Concentration, mainly. Yeah, they're really focusing hard.
Learning on focusing.
They're really, they read the dictionary.
Okay.
It's intense. It's pretty intense. Yeah. Boy, that needs to stop. So, this week, we've mostly been in arcades, but today I felt like I made strides as a father.
Okay.
Because I think I taught the kid the value of thrifting today. We went to 2 thrift stores.
Yeah.
Music City Thrift, which is dirty, but a good one.
It is a very good thrift store.
Yeah. It's...
you'll find the stuff you want.
Yes.
You're just going to have to wade through a lot of stuff you don't want to touch.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got that smell, that thrift store smell.
It's the thrift store. So that smell is exclusive to thrift stores.
Yes.
And motels that used to have a smoking
That's
room.
correct. Yeah.
Those are the only 2 places that have that smell.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
It's a stale, wet kind of... Anyway. So we went there. And of course, I found many things that I wanted, and the kid got a thing that was good. She got a book, and then we went to Goodwill, which is definitely a step up from Music City Thrift.
Classier. Not as many good things. That's so true. Mm-hmm. We had a good Goodwill day, though. We found many things that we liked. Randomly, they had 4 boxes of these brand new 45s that are. This guy who was a friend of Elvis, like giving a tribute to Elvis after his death. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
They had a whole box of them?
4 boxes. Brand new. I bought 2.
2 boxes?
No, I bought 2 records. Oh. Yeah. So, and I haven't listened to the B side yet. I think it's a gospel song, but the A side is this guy, like, there's gospel singing under, and then there's him speaking about Elvis biographically over it, and at the end it goes, and now the king has left the building, or something like that. You know, it's really strange, but that's the kind of thing I go to thrift stores for. You know,
so living in Nashville,
yes,
did this guy record this thinking he was going to sell a bunch of copies, and then didn't?
I'm going to grab one.
Okay,
I'm wondering if that's it. Yeah.
Because what it sounds like to me, with it being multiple boxes, is this guy was like, "This is my chance. I'm going to finally make it." And I mean, if he was a friend of Elvis, he was kind of old, so most likely his family had to clear out his garage at some point,
right?
And there was just boxes of these.
So this is Elvis has left the building. With a photo of Elvis, and his name is J.D. Sumner. Now, he is a member of the leader of the Stamps Quartet, which is a vocal group, like a gospel vocal group that Elvis worked with.
Right.
So, on the back it says, and this came out in 1977.
Right.
So, and look, it's brand, look how, it's brand.
Oh, no, that's definitely not used.
Never played.
I can tell from here.
Yeah, virgin vinyl right here, yeah. So... It says, J.D. Sumner says Elvis didn't like being called the king and hated being referred to as a rock and roll singer.
But loved barbiturates.
Because of their friendship of 20 years, the last 4 spent with J.D. working for Elvis and singing on his shows. We feel J.D. knows what he's talking about. Da, 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 da. Elvis was always giving things away. I think it was because he was raised in poverty and he wanted all his friends and family to share his good fortune. So, yeah.
Not to mention, like it didn't hurt that he could give things away.
Yeah.
And it was just every time he gave, like, oh, here's a car.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, a new armored truck backed up into his driveway and just dumped cash out for him.
Right. Yeah.
I think everyone at that point would just be handing cash out.
Yeah. Now, this is a very real thing. Obviously they knew each other well and worked together and were friends. And I don't want to shit on it.
No.
But it's just kind of an oddity,
Yeah.
So
the only other option I can think of is like this was pressed for an event.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And then a lot were pressed, and then again clearing out Grandpa's garage.
Right.
There are 4 boxes of these.
I mean,
I
it's
hope
just
they kept a box.
I would hope so for historical reasons. I mean, that's kind of why I bought 2.
Yeah,
is I'll probably never play one of them. I'll probably keep one for just safekeeping.
So that someday your child can donate that back to Goodwill.
Well, I mean, you're down here.
Yeah,
You can see what's going to happen when I die.
Man. If you were to kick it
Today,
right now,
yeah.
I'm not coming to help. I'm not coming to help clean out the basement.
There's a lot of shit.
This
down
is
here.
for your family, and I'm not.
Yep.
It's really
We're really good friends, but you're not.
It's really a thing that family needs to go through,
Right.
With no help from any outsiders, even if they were to ask.
right.
So
You know that if I die before you, which I probably will,
that's the spirit.
you're gonna get some of this shit. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Good.
I'm fully aware.
Yeah. You and my more youthful and healthy friends have things coming to them.
I assume that your planning for your belongings has been essentially like mine, which is, oh, I will be dead. I don't care.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Do whatever.
Do what you will.
I'm dead.
Build a shrine in my memory.
That's what you need to do. Go get a will.
Yes.
And in the will, there is a stipulation that the basement has to remain untouched.
Ooh, now that's an idea. It's a museum to me. Well, how annoying would that be for my wife?
Oh, very.
Yeah, right?
But you're dead. Why do you care? The only other requirement is she has to get a plaque for the door to the basement, so everyone knows what this is.
What this is. Yeah, that's right.
Now, the issue is if you die down here, but it has to remain untouched, your decomposing carcass has to stay in the floor.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just like jackhammer up a 6-foot section and just, pour, like, don't even like dig down that far. Just pour concrete over me.
Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, just do like my plan. Just like, throw me anywhere. I don't care.
yeah.
Find a corner in the basement. Put me in that corner. Who cares? Open up the crawl space. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to be in a crawl space. Spiders.
You're dead.
I know, but spiders.
You don't want to know that the spiders are being inconvenienced by having to walk over or around you.
Now, that's a good point. I do like that. I like the way your brain works a lot. And you're like,
it would be a comforting thought to know that there's just a horde of spiders over there going, oh, geez, this guy again?
You're a spider impediment.
I wanted to go over there, but I just don't think it's worth it today.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I'm so tired.
I think I'll just... What are you, an aphid? Get in my mouth.
Come here.
Come on.
Come here.
Get in there.
Oh, you have wings. Come on.
Someone was showing me a video last night, and it's not real.
Okay.
So I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, honestly.
So it's your imagination?
No. Well...
Did it ever happen? Did any of this ever happen? We're all a simulation.
You're right about that. So, he was showing me a video about all these different spiders getting high, but it's not a real video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't know why I brought it up. This is one of those moments where
what fake drug were they using to get
different
fake
ones.
high? Okay.
Different. So it was basically like, what are the effects on a spider?
Oh.
You give a spider caffeine, and it's like it builds a web, but really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And then you give a spider Coke, and it builds a web even faster.
Yeah, but it's all fucked up. You give a spider marijuana, and it doesn't build a web.
Yeah.
It starts hanging out in the other spider's web.
That's the good move if you're a spider.
Oh yeah.
I think being a Mooch spider, if reincarnation happened
Sure.
and you had to be a spider,
Right.
being the spider that mooches off the other spiders wouldn't be too bad.
No, it wouldn't be awful, would it?
No.
No.
I also, like, I know they get a bad rap and stuff, but being like a vulture or something,
Yeah.
like, it's kind of laid back. You're not hunting anything.
And it's a lot easier than like being like a hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawks have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
If you were to reincarnate as a vulture, it's just like, hey, here's a dead thing. I'm going to go eat that.
Let's munch on it.
All right.
And you never see a vulture alone.
No.
They always have a pal.
They have friends.
Yeah. Vulture friends. Hawks, solo.
Oh, man. That is a Pixar buddy comedy waiting to happen.
Boom.
Just two vultures. They realize that that people have a perception about them.
Yeah.
And it makes them unhappy. So it's two vultures who set out to change people's views on vultures.
Oh, see, there we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a lot better than Luca.
Yeah.
I didn't see Luca.
My child has asked for Luca, and I don't even know how he learned Luca exists.
See, that's what they do.
How do they do this?
They do it.
Is there a secret underground network
Yes.
of children going, hey, you know what's going to drive your parents crazy? There's another Frozen coming out.
Is there really?
I don't know.
Okay, if there is.
Probably. I mean, they made $18 billion.
Yeah, they did. They sure did. If they do another Frozen, they really need to let Elsa, like, be queer. Because there's a whole subtext about her being queer. And I think it's real. Like, I think it's a real thing. They almost went for it. See, that's my problem with Disney. Mm-hmm. And that's why we've talked about this many times. They've already ruined Star Wars, and they're going to keep ruining it.
Yeah, and everything else
And everything
they've ever
else.
touched.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Marvel start going downhill when they got Marvel too?
I feel like maybe they had their own thing going.
Okay.
And that they got to finish. So really, the test is now
Okay.
because
The others were already happening.
Kinda
and
done.
then Disney bought.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I feel like the thing that they do is they don't have any balls.
Oh no.
They pull their punches. Like when we saw Cruella. I don't know if I talked about this.
You mentioned seeing
Okay.
Cruella.
I took the kid to see Cruella. Mm-hmm. Not a bad movie. Not a good movie.
No, it does not look
Kind of just one of these whatever movies. There's a moment where she comes out and she's wearing the Dalmatian fur coat.
right.
And you're thinking, she killed those fucking dogs and made them into her coat. Her nemesis in the movie even says, she killed my dogs. Next scene, they have the fucking dogs. She's a villain. Her whole thing is she killed fucking dogs for coats. She's a psychopath. But they couldn't do it. They could do it in the whenever the hell they made 101 Dalmatians,
Yeah.
60s or whatever.
Well, that was a different time.
Sure.
The dad could walk around smoking a pipe.
I know.
That wouldn't happen now. That would get a PG-13 rating.
No, they hinted at the relationship developing between the dad and the mom at the end of this movie. And, they did everything they could to make it as PC as possible. So, no.
Wouldn't it be great if one time Disney had a movie where they just went all in? Like, we're going to offend everybody.
I wish they would. I mean, I feel like it would be in keeping with their spirit because Walt Disney was actually a raging asshole.
Oh, no, he was the worst.
Yeah. Racist, anti-Semite.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was a misogynist. Everyone was.
Back then, that's... To be fair, in that time period, racist anti-Semite misogynist was just kind of the default.
Right, that's right.
That's the baseline of people. It was a great time. That's the America everyone keeps longing for.
That's the great one.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the one we're trying to get back to, everybody. If
Oh,
they would
boy.
just let us, God.
Yeah. It's
There's a difference between, you can be inclusive
yeah.
and not be just not be just lifeless, like
No, that's it.
like
Well, it's
yeah, I don't know.
It's this weird idea that it's better to kind of appeal to all the groups of people
Yes.
than to do something that's going to turn off one group.
Right. Yeah.
Because let's be honest, in Cruella,
Mm-hmm.
if she killed the puppies, like one group is going to be offended.
Oh
by
yeah,
that.
Peter's going to be really
And everyone else is going to be like, oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's Cruella de Vil. We knew what we were getting into. That's kind of her whole thing.
Yeah. There was all this other lore and backstory about her wanting to kill
Yeah.
puppies.
Like that is the entire plot of
Right.
her life.
For the purpose of fashion.
Or, if Elsa was queer in a movie,
Yeah.
then the Fox News crowd is upset.
Right, exactly.
Who cares?
Yeah, right.
They're already mad about everything anyway.
Of course they are.
Everything is a culture war.
That's right. That's all they got to go on. I saw a great T-shirt this week. Great. And I believe this was at Dave & Buster's on a Wednesday. Family, friends, it was 5 things. Family, friends, faith, freedom, firearms. 5 things you don't mess with. And I thought to myself, what would be my progressive equivalent of that T-shirt? And it's not fun. There's nothing. There's science.
Junk in my basement.
Not hating people for no fucking reason.
I was laughing at this yesterday. I saw someone on Twitter. I really don't want to say her name, but
Well, whatever.
she's a famous person, and
Just do it.
I know. I just don't like mentioning that they exist.
Okay.
Candace Owens,
I don't even know who that is.
right wing, far right
Okay.
lunatic,
Got it.
was tweeting about how it's her family's decision to not get vaccinated.
Cool.
And people need to respect their rights to do that. Essentially making the pro-choice argument.
Right. My body, my choice.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Right.
you're just reading that going, you don't see anything here that
Parallel. No, I mean that's it. We were talking about this last night. And this is always going to be a problem for those of us who are not insane. Is
the insane people?
yeah, their problem. But also you can't boil down. It's difficult to sloganize
Yeah.
what I believe in, what you believe in. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound good in a package.
Right.
You
And
know.
we definitely can't jam it into one
5
word
things.
like freedom.
Right. Exactly. Because the next question is, well, what does that mean?
Yeah. That is one of the biggest. There's a big branding issue with
Boom.
logical thought.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Because if you express logical thought
Yeah.
to a logical person,
Right.
there might be a follow-up question,
Right.
and then it's no longer a catchy thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you think illogically
Right.
and you choose to chant and scream all of your ideals, and that's the only way they come out,
Right.
there's no follow-up question.
Nope.
Because it didn't make sense in the first place. You're just yelling words.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not having a conversation.
No, you're screaming noises with another group of people screaming similar noises. Maybe
Yeah.
not the same noises.
Right.
Theirs might be more anti-Semitic than yours. And and that's the entire belief system is I screamed.
Yay! Disney coming this fall.
I want Disney to make a movie to make them mad. I want Tucker Carlson mad at Disney. I feel like he hasn't been mad at Disney in a while.
Yeah.
He's just mad at everyone else.
Sure. No, I mean, they just need to, what they need to do, you know that there's got to be a lot of people that work there that are from various groups of people. And they just need to make the most unabashedly, I'm not even going to say diverse, they need to focus on specific communities. And they also just need to make it like gay and horny as fuck.
See, I don't think you need to do that.
Okay.
I think this is the way to do it, just to set all of them off.
Yeah.
Just a completely normal movie.
Yes.
Frozen 3.
Frozen 3, yes.
Frozen 3 in 3D.
Of course.
Because it has to be in 3D.
Are you sure? IMAX.
And at the very end, Elsa just looks straight into the camera and goes, "Oh, and I'm gay."
Yeah.
And then it cuts to credits. It doesn't tie into the story. It doesn't affect the story at all because it doesn't have to. It's irrelevant.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Right. No, it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
And then they can just scream and cry about it until Frozen 4 comes out.
Yeah.
When you find out a lot more than you wanted to know about that snowman.
Oh, yeah. That snowman's got 3 dicks.
Super into BDS. Big in the leather community.
Do you want to build a snowman and tie him up downstairs?
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
Is movable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And you can go to the grocery store and buy a ton of them.
You sure can.
And he knows that.
There's one reason she kept him alive, and it was to fuck.
Well, I think you just wrote the poster for Frozen 4.
I mean, he's played by Josh Gad, who I don't care for. But
Josh Gad actually would probably be down with that storyline. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be perfect. That would give Fox News something to talk about for months on end that isn't about Joe Biden.
In the immortal words of Bonnie Raitt, let's give them something to talk about.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little mystery to figure out.
Well, they need to mix it up.
They do. They really do.
Because nothing they are trying sticks.
It doesn't land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they tried the Joe Biden senile and everyone went,
Nah, whatever. We know. Well, see, he is almost, and again, not, I'm fine with Joe. Like, I'm happy that he got elected, obviously. But the thing about Joe, and this is not a controversial statement, he's just white bread. Like,
he's Joe.
He's Joe. He's just there.
He is exactly what you would expect a president named Joe to be.
And I think he's, in a lot of ways, exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
We needed a reset where things got boring again. And it's more about policy and procedure and going through the goddamn motions,
Well, it's like we had 4 years of just like a real crazy Friday, Saturday night.
Right. Coked up.
Yeah, and Joe Biden's just Sunday.
Exactly.
It's
a nice little...
All right, let's go recover.
Right.
I need some Gatorade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything on TV?
Like, the most shocking headline the last couple of weeks from their camp has been like, maybe Kamala Harris is mean. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Oh, is the career politician being mean to people? Oh.
Like, who gives a fuck, man? Like, I'm not surprised. Like,
and also, that's one of those hidden sexism headlines.
It truly is. Yes.
No one with a male politician.
That's right.
Is like, man, that Mitch McConnell's kind of a mean guy.
You know what, though? I bet he's very sweet to his people.
Mitch McConnell, probably.
Yeah, he's an asshole everywhere else.
Yeah. But like, that's not the headline. It's always, McConnell did this, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's never, he's mean.
Right. But it's subtly like, is she a bitch? Like, that's the subtext of that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's essentially the headline equivalent to, why is she being so shrill?
Yes, exactly. No, hey, listen. Yeah, I get it.
That was the argument they always had with Hillary. Right?
Absolutely.
That she's very shrill.
Yeah.
To which I would reply, I'm sorry, have you heard anyone from the Trump family speak? They are the shrillest men in the history of shrill,
God.
outside of Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes. Who can turn it off, by the
Yeah,
way?
he can.
He can turn it off.
It's an act.
It's an act. It's a character.
Just like the Trumps.
Hey!
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried is actually I listened to his podcast for a while. He's a very dedicated cinephile.
Yeah.
He knows like 20 cinema like the back of his hand.
It's always really weird when you find out things like that about people.
Yeah.
Like finding out Alice Cooper's really into golf
Right.
and classical music.
Makes perfect sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
If you think about him as a human being.
Yes.
But you don't think of him as a human being because he's Alice Cooper. Has he ever looked like a human being?
No, never.
That's not his thing.
Not once.
It would be like finding out that Gene Simmons just, really likes an omelet.
Yeah. Nothing in it.
No, just a plain,
Maybe a little cheese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's watching his cholesterol.
Sure.
That's a thing you don't want to hear about rock stars.
Gene Simmons watching his cholesterol.
Any rock star.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that they
Yeah.
are having to watch their cholesterol.
Oh boy. Can you imagine the Rolling Stones? Like what it is to be the Rolling Stones? I mean, they're all still thin.
Yeah.
They all still move around when they play.
The main difference now is they're probably snorting lines of Metamucil
Right.
and popping Lipitor.
Sure.
Like that's their party night.
But like it's how they must have I know Brian Jones died, right?
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. But other than that, as far as I know, I don't know their history super well.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
But like the main players are there.
Yeah.
And they all look good.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got like the wrinkliest faces imaginable.
They look as good as they could.
Right. Yes. But how is it that it's incredible.
I have a theory about Keith Richards.
Right. Okay.
I think Keith Richards somehow inadvertently, through the correct usage of alcohol and drugs, the correct combination,
Yes.
accidentally preserved himself.
Yes. Yes.
So, like, nothing really works in there anymore.
Right.
It's all kind of pickled or something, but it maintains. It's not
Right.
going away.
It's like an old car. People often talk about if you change a part in an old car, then it stops working.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
if he ever has to have a surgery for anything, he's just going to actually literally fall to pieces.
Dust in the surgeon's hands. I mean, really, it is incredible how well they're all doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, like, it's kind of like the South Park AIDS theory. Like, you can cure AIDS just by injecting cash.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's happening with the Rolling Stones. Like, they're so fucking rich.
Yeah.
It's unimaginable. So that's why.
Yeah.
But, at the same time.
Man, how do you even spend money at that point?
You don't spend it. You just, I don't know what you do.
Like, they've been rich for so long.
Yeah.
That's the thing that blows my mind. Not people who are rich.
Right.
But like Warren Buffett.
So fucking rich.
And old.
Yeah.
And I know he's giving it to charity and stuff.
That's great. Yeah.
But other people in that age bracket with gigantic hoards of money.
Yeah. Well, listen,
What do you do?
The older you get, the more it costs for someone to blow you. So there's that.
Okay.
But like, I remember hearing about Johnny Depp, right? Also been rich as fuck forever. Was spending, because he had all that controversy, right?
Yeah.
And I guess something got released. He was spending $30,000 a month on wine. Just wine.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine spending $3,000 in like a decade on wine.
Right. Like,
I mean, I probably
could. You could
do.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, that's 300
in a decade.
In 300 a year, but even thinking about it in a 10-year period, you're like, I spent how much on wine?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh.
$30,000 a month on wine.
Oh.
Even if you had a $1,000 bottle a day, like, that's more than That's like a bottle a day of $1,000
nuts.
wine.
Oh boy.
I mean,
I'm not cut out to be a rich person.
no, I'm not either. You definitely aren't.
No.
I think I could manage it. Now that I think about it.
I just don't have things I want.
See, that's a good place to be.
That sounds like one of those weird, like, condescending.
No, right.
I don't really have any wants, but
That's true for you.
well, I don't mean. Yeah, I don't mean it that way. Like,
No.
this is what every birthday, every Christmas.
Yeah.
This is the conversation. Hey, what do you want? And I go, I mean, I'll take things. I don't.
You don't turn things down.
But like, I'm not. Like, my wife has a list of things she wants.
Yes.
Like a gift list.
Right.
Which is a very good idea, by the way, to anyone listening.
Yes. It helps.
If you want to make sure you don't get garbage,
Yeah. Make a list.
have a list.
Yeah.
It can be a running list over
Make
a
it
series of
public.
years.
Yes. Yes. I have extensive lists.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't have anything.
Well, see, I feel like though that you know what you enjoy that I've noticed. You really enjoy a good deal,
I do like bargains.
which is not something that can be manufactured.
That's
for you.
true. That's what I need coupons.
You like the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think about this with your whiskey, with your very
Yeah.
old Barton. You see, there it
it's
is.
so good.
You love the experience of finding something
Mm-hmm.
really good at a really great price.
That's true.
And that's no one can give you that.
No, but you can give me very old bargains.
You can't give. In fact, you don't want really nice booze.
I mean, I'll take it.
You'll take it. But isn't it better if you just got more very old Barton?
This is a good point.
Right? Isn't it
I
like
can't argue with any of this.
how much is it for like a fucking jug?
Oh, it's like 20. 22.
Yeah.
22
For a
now.
big bottle.
It went up.
Okay.
For the biggest bottle
Well,
they have, it's 22.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
It's a big bottle.
It's a very
I've
big
seen
bottle.
it.
Yeah.
It's got a big ass.
And now I have to buy the big bottle because my wife discovered bourbon
Yeah, she did.
during the pandemic,
Well-
and now I have to share.
Who didn't? But yeah,
But yeah, that's true. That is a very good.
that's you, dude.
That is a point.
No one can give you that. You have to find that yourself.
Plus,
Yeah.
and this is another thing. Like I'm at an age now where, unless I want something really big,
That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
which I don't have anything
Right.
really big I
Right.
want. If it's small, I just go buy the thing.
You just get it. Yeah. No, exactly. Well, I'm in a weird position that there are some things I want that are really big.
Yeah.
However, and I have a little bit of this. I don't have it the same way you do, but I have a little bit of it. I don't like gear is my thing. Like instruments and equipment are my things.
Yeah.
Right. But like, I don't like a guitar that's too nice
Yeah.
because I want to beat it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I can't do that. I don't want to look at it and be like, that's $3,000. I'm not going to hit it hard.
Yeah, no. If
know?
if I ever bought a $3,000 guitar,
Right.
I would be terrified to do anything with that guitar.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Like you hear those stories about people who go play a bar
Yes.
gig,
Yes.
and they have, for some inexplicable reason, like an $8,000, $9,000 guitar they're playing that gets stolen.
Fucking stupid. Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah. That's awful. I would be sick to my stomach.
Oh, for days. Like there's I mean, and everyone can buy you another guitar. They can all chip in and buy another
Right.
guitar.
Right.
You still lost
Yeah.
an okay used sedan
Right.
worth of guitar.
That's right.
It's gone.
One of the fun things about watching old movies is I was watching an older movie, an 80s movie the other day. And they were selling cars. There was a car lot scene. And this truck had like $1,150 written on it. And I was like, that's hilarious.
Oh, those were the days.
Wow.
Well, I don't remember. I think so. While we were, we didn't even talk about this. I went to Washington, D.C.
No, oh my God. We're 50 minutes into this episode. Wrap it up, bro.
And we won't talk too
We'll
much
talk a little
about
bit about it. We got to talk about it.
But I was looking up old baseball things because we went to a baseball game while we were there.
You went to see the Nationals.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was looking up old baseball things because the Washington Senators used to play in Washington, D.C. until they moved to Minnesota to be the Twins, and then they were created again, and then they moved to Texas to be the Rangers because they didn't want to stay in Washington ever.
Okay.
Anyway.
Were they, wait, just real quick, were they just an old team, or were they like a Negro League team?
No, they were an old team.
Okay, just an old team. Okay.
Yeah, they were very white.
Got it. Okay.
I think the Rangers moved in 1970.
Okay.
So for
okay.
almost the entirety of the Washington Senators existing, they were very white.
Okay.
Unusually white.
Okay.
Anyway, but I was looking up something stadium related.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the amount, but Fenway Park.
Yeah.
You know how on Wikipedia, if you look up like a building, it will tell you how much it costs to build it?
Right. Yeah.
So our minor league stadium, when they built it here in town, was like $150 million or something.
Holy shit.
Silly.
Yeah,
It was, I mean,
ridiculous.
something nuts.
Yeah.
At Fenway Park, it was something around like $1 million.
Oh my God. And when was Fenway built? Like, I'm gonna look it up.
Early
I'll look it
1900s, I think.
up. God.
It may have even been late 1800s, but I think it's early 19. But yeah, it was
Boston, Mass. It was 1912.
1912. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, where is it? 650,000
Oh my God! Really?
is how much it cost to build Fenway
to build
Park.
Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Versus $150 million
Yeah.
to build a fucking not even a major league team.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? AAA.
AAA.
Yeah. Team.
The amount
Jesus Christ.
for a very like a good sized house now in Nashville.
Yeah. Right.
Would have bought you Fenway Park in 1912.
Can you imagine? Wow. The inflation is a fucking thing.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Anyway.
No, okay, so what else did you do in DC? You saw the monuments.
Yeah, I saw monuments. They exist, whatever.
Yeah, all the war monuments.
So this is an interesting experience. I recommend this experience.
Okay.
You would enjoy this experience.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
I'm not a fireworks person.
Yeah, okay.
Don't care.
I don't really care. I'll watch them. Anyway.
And, 4th of July happened to be while we were in Washington, D.C. Not the reason we went, although if anyone asks, it's because I am an American hero and the definition of patriot.
Family, friends, faith, freedom, firearms.
And fireworks. I got a sixth
Thing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't fuck with them.
Anyway, so we were visiting some friends, and we went, instead of going to the mall.
Yeah. The Washington Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where all of the people are going to be.
Absolutely.
We went to just like a hill near their house where you could see the Washington Monument.
Oh, cool.
It was by the way, it's the parking lot of a high school. That's a weird thing to me, to think that there are high school kids coming out and every day you just see the Washington Monument.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very strange.
That is strange.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But so you saw the fireworks from there.
Yeah.
But in Washington, D.C., and I've never seen this anywhere else I've ever been for the 4th of July.
Sure.
Neighborhood fireworks are a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like not, we're going to have fireworks in this park. Like individual people would go block off their streets.
Whoa.
And they were shooting off fireworks.
Hell yeah.
So from this hill, you could see the Washington Monument and all the fireworks. But then everywhere, because you could see the rest of the city, it was fireworks everywhere.
Just the whole fucking town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can, after those are over, is when, like, the party essentially starts.
Okay.
You can walk through the streets of Washington, D.C. in the neighborhoods.
Nice.
And there are just groups of people out, hanging out, shooting off fireworks.
Drinking.
Hopefully not blowing off fingers.
Right. Actually, that sounds pretty fun.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That's good people watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time in my life that I've experienced a 4th of July where I was like, oh, it's a holiday.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And not just some weird idol worship of a flag. That's interesting.
People are treating it like a party.
Yeah.
Like a celebration.
It was interesting.
A fiesta.
Yeah. So I do recommend that if anyone listening is ever near Washington, D.C. on the 4th of July, and don't go to the mall for the fireworks or you'll miss it.
Yeah.
And also probably choke on the smoke from them because you're very close.
I would think. Well, so we attempted to watch them and we could just barely see stuff over the trees. It was actually hilarious. But since we're in the South, everybody decides to spend $200 probably on fireworks and just shoot shit off all around you, which is almost what you're talking about, but not quite.
Yeah. Like, these were legit fireworks.
Yeah.
And the fireworks we have here, I know from my hillbilly neighbors down the street.
Right.
That's rude. I don't know if they're hillbillies. I just assume they are because they have a four-wheeler in the middle of a city.
They're hillbillies, yeah.
Are like, hey, what's the loudest firework we could get?
Right.
No, I don't need it to light up or anything. I just want it to make loud boom.
Right. And I recorded some audio that night of just what was happening. And you'll probably, I may attach it at the end of the episode. So stick around post song. And you might hear my child complaining, like, where the hell are the fireworks?
Yeah. And I'm going to attach the pictures of the fireworks to the end of this episode.
I like it.
That's not how audio works.
Nope, I'm not going to do it.
Can't do that. I tried my best. Also, I didn't take pictures.
Well, see, the theater of the mind.
Yeah.
You did that.
I've become very anti-picture for things like this.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You don't need what do you need so many pictures for?
Well, you gotta experience the thing.
That's it. You don't want to be behind your fucking camera the whole time.
It's so annoying at this point.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I want to start smacking people, smacking phones out of their hands.
Go to an art gallery.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Kids in the Hall sketch. Like, people are just in an art gallery, click, and just,
No!
Yeah.
No!
It's coming back, by the way, Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, it is.
To Amazon Prime, I believe. Mm-hmm. Look for that.
The primest of Amazons.
The one, the only. Mm-hmm. That Bezos record is coming, everybody.
Oh,
Nathan is working away.
I'm
working his
plugging-
songwriting fingers
plugging away.
to the bone. I've been trying to come up with shit, but that's the thing. I've been trying. I have to stop trying.
That's it.
You can't try.
No.
There is no try.
Well, I will tell you that this is a thing I've learned writing any sort of song.
Right.
And this is not, by the way, saying anything I've written is good.
Well,
but
it is good. I will say
I'm
it's
not
good.
saying that.
I'll say it's good.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I will say that the only way for me to ever finish anything is to just start and do it and be done.
No, that is a strategy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I take 1 second, I have probably dozens of like half-started verses.
Right.
Where I'm like, well, that doesn't seem like a good word. And I'm done.
Yep.
And it's gone.
You've shifted. You got to stay in that free flowing part of your brain, and not be the editor until later.
Yeah.
Later you can edit.
Yeah.
But you got to just get it out. Get it out. Just like I believe it's first draft, last draft. Get it out the door.
There you go. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Just make it be done.
Sushi Jack.
Sushi Jackknife.
Yes, heaven now is broader, though this world has lost the light. Take care of business. That's what he'd tell us. You must carry on the fight. Even his daddy and little Lisa, they must accept what God has done. Even though, like our Heavenly Father, Vernon gave his only son. Now the show is over and the curtain has come down. Elvis has left the building, but will always be around.